Hello everyone. I'm making this video in an attempt to show a little bit of a flow of how I get projects started after I've already initially started them. So this video does not cover app creation, but more just how to get up and running with debugging on a day-to-day basis. So if you've closed off your app from a previous session and you're loading it up the next day, that's what we're going to be going over, so let's get into it. So I've made this test project already. It's just a plain Expo project. There's nothing else in here. Let's go ahead and get this going. So I'm going to go to my desktop, and then I'm going to go into the test project folder. I'm going to run an ls in here before I do anything else, just to verify that I am indeed inside of a project, and I can see the usual files, so that's an accurate assumption on my part. So I'm going to use the built-in command code and then dot to open up everything, and this command is being ran inside of my projects directory. And this gets us our project, and let's just go to the app screen, and we'll put that over there for now. Now, inside of here I can also run yarn or npm or expo start, whatever you're using, it doesn't matter, it's all the same thing. I happen to use yarn, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to run yarn start, and now this web window pops up, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so it's not taking up the whole screen. This is what I like to call the command center window, and this is our actual packager for our code, so we can minimize it because we need to keep it running, but we don't need to see it because it doesn't really tell us anything different than this will. So get that off of view. And then now we need the actual phone. You can launch Android Studio and then go into configuration and then AVD manager. I wrote myself a nice little shortcut where I can just double click this, and now I have the phone on the screen. So something that can happen, this is also for me, this is something that has to be running just because the shortcut's like that, but for you, you probably won't see that, especially if you launch your thing through Android Studio. So we have the command center here, and then we can hit run on Android device /emulator, and then after a different amount of time, depending on how fast your system is, you'll get your app. So this is all good and well, but now say it's the end of the day and you are wrapping up, and you just go ahead and you close this, and then you close the phone, and then you close VS Code, and then I have to close that, and then you close this. Now we're done, everything's closed. It's now hypothetically a day later or later in the day, and we're gonna work on our project again. I'm going to reload this up, go back to the desktop, go back into test project, reopen everything using code, and then rerun it using yarn start or node or npm or whatever. So we have the command center back up and running. We've minimized our server, the actual bundler. I'm going to relaunch the phone. And now you might be thinking, okay, well, it's already running. That's fantastic. And this is not the case. This is a snapshot of the previous iteration of this project. So you can make changes in your code, and it might not update over here. So something that I would advise doing, ideally before you close the app when you're done working, is just pressing the square, and then just getting rid of all of these. And you can do this at the end of your work session or at the beginning of a new work session, but either way, if you just have this plain pink screen or whatever the Android default background is when you're watching this video, you want this, and you want basically nothing loaded up when you press the square. Then when you're inside of your command center, then you can press run on Android device and emulator, and now it will actually build your thing, and you're guaranteed to see something that will change. So in here, if I change the background color, let's go like light salmon, and we save it, we see it updates in real time. Now that will not do that if you have the snapshot of the previous thing. So I hope this helps. This is irrelevant, this is just for my shortcut that I have, so you can just ignore that. However, you will have something like this in the terminal that you ran start inside of, and that could be inside of VS Code, that could be inside of command prompt, terminal if you're on a Mac, PowerShell, Git Bash, whatever. Just this needs to be running in order for the app to be running. The second we kill this, you see how it hangs, and then we get this exit. We get cannot connect to the Metro server, and then this gets disconnected. This is basically saying that this won't work. Any changes we make in our code now won't update. So something to keep in mind. But anyways, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, consider liking the video. I will have a link to my LinkedIn down in the description of this video. So if you are not already connected with me, let's get connected. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more software videos. And other than that, have a good rest of your day.